Welcome back to another episode of Don't Tell Mom.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back and happy holidays. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving.
Whoa. No doubt. We were jamming right before that.
No doubt. I hope that y'all ate a lot of delicious turkey and had all the fun. Today, y'all are in for a very special treat.
Put your brakes on if you're at the stoplight.
Skirt.
Turn on your blinker.
Click, 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 click.
Pull into the parking spot that you see.
Again. Found it.
Turn off your car.
Put your joint down.
Open the door and run. We have some special guests on today.
Yes, we do.
That was a big intro.
We have the coolest special guests on today. All the way from Las Vegas. Y'all please welcome Jenna and Andrew. Woo! So these are some friends of mine that I've known forever, and they came down they have family here. They live in Vegas, and they came down for Thanksgiving.
Moment in time,
everything
that they've done in life up until now has
brought them to this point.
Has brought them to them sitting in a basement, filming a podcast.
Yeah.
How did this moment occur? What is happening?
They had to come down for Thanksgiving, and they had to come to have Thanksgiving with their family, and they had to come down for my baby shower.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So they did that, and now they're here and doing our podcast because.
That was the first baby shower I've ever been to.
Yeah. It was a couple's baby shower. We had to invite the boys. It's okay. Y'all excited to be in Birmingham? I am. Don't you guys cheer at once.
Again, they're in the basement of somebody's house.
We came all this way to hang out in a basement.
That's right. Hey, it's okay. This is the place to be if we're here. Okay.
Right.
So we did Thanksgiving, the baby shower. Hung out last night. Went over to Andrew's mom's and ate, and then and now we're here in the basement. They got to leave tomorrow, and so it's good to be able to catch up with my dear friends. And I thought this would be great if they were on the podcast because I'm sure that they have some pretty gnarly Don't Tell Mom stories.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad you left out the night before last too.
Oh, I wasn't going to. I was going to break that up.
We definitely don't.
Well, before we just jump right into it, tell us a little bit about yourselves. What do y'all do? Where y'all from? I mean, we know y'all from Las Vegas. And
that's where they live.
You got a little new. I would still say what toddler. I mean what?
Yeah.
Crawler.
Crawler.
About to change your life.
A creepy crawler.
Yeah. They're new parents, folks.
Yep.
Some people probably clapped. Some people probably booed. I don't know. Congratulations. Oh, bless their heart.
That's kind of like us on like every other day. It's like, do I clap? Do I not clap? It's more of a slow clap. Yeah.
I will tell you, their baby is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, they have the coolest baby.
He's the Toots Magoots.
He is the Toots Magoots. Wait. Okay, now I can bring it up again because I can tell the story because the best part of the story I didn't even know until last night. So 2 nights ago, we had the Iron Bowl this weekend. Roll Tide. Hey, everybody, Roll Tide. That's watching. Listen. So we, that was on Saturday. I couldn't go. I had to work. But after work, they came over to hang out. And they were probably at the house for about 10 minutes. Andrew passed out on my yard at like 8 o'clock at night. Drunk.
Wait, back up. I was about to
Fetal position and all. Petting
so
your grass.
passed out on my ... I was thinking
Yard.
couch was about yard. Wait, what?
Yeah. On the front yard, in the neighborhood, all the neighbors driving by waving. It's not even like 2 a.m. either. This is like 8:30 p.m. That's like the biggest change I think that happens when you go from just a person to a person with a baby. I mean, the same shit happens. It's just you pass out earlier.
You're right. Yeah, everything's cutting. Everything's like cutting thirds when you have a baby. Like everything.
I was in her house for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Probably like 3 minutes. And I'm pretty sure I broke her couch.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta get out of here.
If y'all, for those of you that aren't watching YouTube and just listening, Andrew's a big dude. Stand up. How old are you? How tall are you? Like 6'7".
21.
Yeah, he's taller than those lockers.
He's a big boy. Okay, and he comes in and just sits down on the couch like he is light as a feather. He just like literally drops his whole load. I'm
sitting here just picturing the people driving back because y'all have like Christmas decorations out. You know, it's like look at that Santa inflated, and then it's like, oh, what's wrong with that one, Mommy?
We haven't blown that one up.
Yeah. No, everybody thought we had a Christmas tree. We didn't. Like, we just drug them out and left them in the yard. Hadn't had time to put them up yet. That's
so I think you're good. You blended right in.
Yeah, I'm sure the neighbors love that, but it's okay. I mean, you know, when in Rome, they've got the in-laws here and the grandparents and stuff that live here, so they were able to take a break from their. What? How old is Dalton? A year?
15 months.
15
So just every year.
Yeah. So they had the day off. I mean, he wasn't being irresponsible here, but this is the best part. This is what I was getting to, was that I found out last night that on the way home, when Jenna was able to corral him into the vehicle to go home, because I mean, it's 10 minutes. Like you've already shit up. You broke the couch. You passed out in the yard. We gotta go. I can't take you anywhere.
What
right?
could go worse? Just wait.
She puts him in the car and they're driving home. And I thought surely he would have been, sick by this point, but he didn't get sick yet. He was bawling, crying though.
It's that progressive stage. And first comes the emotional stage, and then there's the angry stage.
Well, and this is what the sweetest part about it was. They're telling me the story. Jenna's going, yeah. And then I get him in the car, and he's crying his eyes out, like ugly crying, because he misses his son so bad. Oh, that's so sweet. He says, I miss little dude, their son. And I thought that's proof right there that your life has changed.
But then he's like crying. I'm like, Mama needs some Shaloski. So in the drive-thru, like, collect yourself, kid. We gotta go through the drive-thru.
Okay,
it's like once he rallied his life flight, he's like, whoa, I'm not as young as I used to be anymore. I really miss my son.
I want to go home to my baby.
Yeah. I've been there.
Just to tell you how early in the night it was, Shalotsky was still open. Like the deli is still open is what time it is. Jenna's like, I've got to get something to eat. So you got to keep it together long enough for me to do this. So times there are changing. Okay. We've had some good times with these two. And one of my favorite stories, y'all, from you guys is how you met.
Oh, Lord.
And it's a little embarrassing, but I think I've kind of cracked that egg already. You know what I mean? I think I've probably embarrassed you a little bit already, so you might as well just tell the story.
I don't think it get worse though. This is more embarrassing on my part. We already embarrassed him. I guess we'll embarrass you.
I don't remember a whole lot about.
He was asleep in the front yard.
Exactly how you succeed. You succeed by him not remembering.
I don't remember how we met. This love story began.
This is more like don't tell Mom, don't tell Andrew.
Like, don't tell Andrew. Now, Andrew was there. He knows, but I don't know. Does your mom?
Oh yeah, she does know. Yeah, because she was like, you don't need to tell Dalton this story. I'm like, I think so.
I can see both of your mothers just hanging their head in shame and just being like, oh well,
I was like, you need to alter this a little bit, but we'll tell you all the real version.
All right, tell us what happened.
No, it was okay. So like August 2007. Yeah, so
she knows the date, y'all. She wasn't that
drunk. circa 2007.
That's a woman for you.
Yeah, right. No, I was like,
trick us.
Like a mysterious little bland. But no, so okay, he lives in this like raunchy house.
They call it. What was his nickname?
Oh God. Like
Bum?
I don't know. Oh yeah,
Bum,
his nickname Bum. Yeah.
Oh,
I called him Bum. Oh, I was like that house. I don't know. Like burn it, like, torch it, like fumigate. No. So yeah, we called him Bum because he literally was bumming on a couch, y'all. Like so that's what I fell in love with.
That was the best.
Well, he didn't break it.
I bet Mom loved that.
But he didn't break that couch because he was sleeping on it. That was his life.
Exactly.
No, we used to get feeding through that couch for like for enough change to go get like wild Irish rose from the gas station.
Okay, I thought you were going to say like a McDouble, but no, we need some more chicken.
Need more alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol and beer.
College.
No. So we were like hanging out probably for like I think I'd met him like one time before that, but we hadn't like really been introduced yet. It was kind of like, oh, that's Bum in the corner, and I'm like, Bum's in the corner. Roger that.
What were you? So what did you say to yourself? Were you like, oh, he's kind of cute for a Bum?
He was dude, this is what's so bad because back then I'm like, oh, he was so hot, and then they're like, oh, what was he wearing? I remember what he was wearing. He was wearing combat boots, camo pants, and a wife beater. Like, what did I fall in love with.
Welcome to the University of Alabama. Roll Tide.
Kind of scratched my head on that one, but
Oh my gosh.
it worked out. It only took about 10 years of grooming him, but
Right.
we're finally getting there.
Okay. I don't know. He seems like he's reverting back to his old ways. You had him tied up till after the
I had him
wedding.
a little bit, yeah,
Okay.
pretty much then. And so we're all hanging out. Like I got to be friends with some of his roommates, and they're all like, "Yeah, let's go hang out on the roof, like to drink beer." I'm like, that's a great
Yeah.
idea.
Hell
so
yeah.
Yeah, it's a
this-
typical college idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
This
Why
house
not?
is probably like maybe 70 years old. You know, it's a great idea to go up on this roof. So we get up there. We don't have a ladder, so Andrew's the ladder. So we're like, he's
Yeah,
like
he's that tall. Yeah.
hoisting people up. You know, copping a feel on my butt the whole time. He's like,
He like steps away from the
I'll
house a
help
little.
So my plan to crawl on the roof is working.
Can you reach?
Get up there.
Halfway up, you're like, oh, this is why I wanted to get on the roof.
Right? He's like, all right, I'll help you down too.
Yeah.
Like, no, we get up there, and then like, of course, my only friend that I know there, her and her boyfriend, they like, he lived there at the time too. They go down, you know, to have some privacy, and they're like, all right, we're gonna skedaddle.
Yeah.
And so then I'm stuck up here with Andrew and Anders, because we call, you know, in the South we call everyone by their last name. So
Yeah.
his name was Mike Anders. We call him Anders.
Yeah.
And so we're sitting up there, and they decide they both need to take a leak. So they're dudes, so they piss off the side of the roof.
Of course. Yeah.
No
Where
big
else are
deal.
they going to pee? It's a
pitch
frat
black.
house.
Yeah, it's pitch black. You can't see anything. So then I'm like, oh shit, I gotta pee. Like, and I'm like, how am I gonna? Either A, I'm gonna have to get him to step down and once again fondle my ass to get
Yeah,
down.
so you can get
and I'm
down.
like, I don't want to do this. So then, you know, better idea was like, oh, I'm just gonna piss off the house too. I'm gonna blend right in with this whole. So you know, I'm like asking him. I'm like, you know, I was like, hey, do you mind if you hold my hands while I piss? Like, it's like an A-line house. So like,
He's got long arms.
like my butt's my butt's hanging on like one side of the A line, and then my knees are on the other side. So I'm like, I'm like crouching over. I'm like, can you hold on to my hand so I don't fall? And then he's like, and then mid piss, it's like the most awkward silence ever. It's just like. Just like, what are you talking about? Like, I mean, like
You're
roll
on a-
tide. Like, I don't
Oh,
know.
wait, okay, so hang on, time out.
Can you imagine? Cullen, you're down in Tuscaloosa all the time.
Yeah.
Have you
On
seen
a
this
roof.
before?
Picture this.
I'm just trying to paint the picture here.
It's like
You're-
an A-line.
Okay, this is your first time meeting each other,
Hanging out.
Legit, yes.
and you're on the side of a roof in a
And what are you wearing? A dress?
like a wall sit
I
position.
think I was wearing like leggings or something.
You know that
Something
you know
you
how
had
when
to pull
you
down. So this was dangerous.
you know when
It was a dress. Okay, I got
are
you.
you
back.
like so you're like squatted down like you're doing a wall sit
Yeah.
like that and
Yeah.
holding on
Well, because like, yeah, so it's
off
like
the edge of a
off
building?
the edge of it.
So like your
Quite an
knees, the
edge.
way your knees bend, that's like how the roof
my
bends.
gosh.
So like you kind of just like I kind of like hung
Set
over
on it.
Yeah.
So you're like dribbling down the side of this
oh yeah,
house.
like I think like
Down the
full-
front of
yeah.
Timmy's
the
like,
worst,
ooh, it's raining, mommy.
the worst.
where the street is.
Yeah, the worst part is that I'm hanging my butt towards the street view. Like
Yeah.
looking
Oh
back
my
at it, I'm like, that
gosh.
probably wasn't the best idea I ever had in my life. But
Right.
you know,
You had to pee, though.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Wow.
so it was such an awkward silence. I'm like, yeah, I'm Jenna, by the way. Like,
Like while he's holding
now,
your
can
hand.
you turn around while I pull my pants up? Like,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and then I think
That
it was like
is-
literally like a month later we were dating. No joke. Like,
Yeah. Was it love at first sight for you, Andrew?
Of course, always.
Right
pulled your
Always.
This is not Jeopardy. This is don't tell mom. Like, he's like the answer is.
He's got this one. I love that story. That's like the most romantic story. Cully, can you
That is the
imagine them walking
craziest.
down Tuscaloosa in the street, walking down the street, and just seeing ass hanging off the side of the house?
like, oh, they're falling in love.
Dribbling. Yeah, you
gosh.
never would have thought that was a love story. And now, how many years later, y'all are married with a baby? Living?
We've been together for 11 years.
Holy
That was the
Yeah.
easiest birth process ever. I mean, you've helped her pee off the side of a building. What's
y'all are down. Y'all are teammates at this point. Y'all got this thing worked out. I love it. 11 years, man. I was there actually when y'all when you proposed to her.
Yeah.
I've been there for a lot of it, I guess. But the first few years I wasn't privy to. I didn't know them when all this was happening, or I'd try to beat some sense into them. These hooligans.
You would
Yeah,
encourage
because I remember
it.
seeing them around at party. Like that's, I was like, oh, that would be fun. Don't tell mom, guess, because that's where I would see them. Was at your house
right.
with parties
Partying,
and stuff.
yeah.
Shenanigans.
Heck yeah, doing
So-
our shenanigans up to no good.
pass that
I will
one
tell you,
along.
I will tell you. I will tell you that you're not the only one with a outlandish pee story. My favorite pee story. It wasn't me, but I'm just going to embarrass her because y'all know who I'm talking about. It's Meg. So our friend Meg, we were at a jazz fest in New Orleans one year, and your pee story just made me think of this pee story. I want to embarrass Meg a little. So we go to we're seeing somebody. I don't even remember who it is, but you know how hard it is to get to the front of a band, to like see your band or whatever that you want to see. So we finally get to the front, and it's raining. It's raining. It's outside. It's a festival, whatever. We're like, we're not moving. We're seeing them right here in the front row and center. And it's raining. We're already wet, and we're still waiting on them to come on. We probably got another 15 minutes. There's no way we can make it to the bathroom and back to our spots that we have fought for to watch. And Meg just looks at me. She goes, "I'll pee on myself if you do." These are the kind of people I hang out with, okay, folks. And I just looked her dead in the eye and said, "Okay, let's do it."
It's like if you're going down, I'm going with you.
I mean, we're already wet. No one could tell. I mean, who's going to be able to tell? We're already wet. It's raining, and so I said, on the count of 3, we'll just let it go, okay? And
that is desperate. Like I'm trying to get to I'm trying to get to that point in my brain where I have to make the conscious decision to even say it out loud, like, and then to think about the consequences of like if I do it and then it smells. Everybody's gonna know it's me, so let me talk somebody else. Let me talk somebody else into it.
How early is it in the day?
So I'll talk somebody else into it. That'll make it cooler. And then it'll blend in better. Yeah, we're already wet. Yeah,
we're in New Orleans. We got the big ass beers, and we're
So y'all really did this?
We broke. Okay,
Did you pee on yourself?
This is the thing.
Did you ever
right?
have the?
I didn't even really have to pee that bad. No,
So
I was trying to be supportive of my friend, right? So I said, okay, let's do it because I mean, what else would I say? I said, yeah, of course, let's do it.
No,
if you need an emotional, if you need support, I will help you. I will support you. If you needed to pee on yourself, I would make you feel better by saying that I peed on myself.
You would hold the hair back.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and not a good analogy. Wait.
Hold the girl up, like whatever. Yeah. But I looked her in the eye and I said, "Yeah, let's go on 3, 1, 2, 3." And then you just saw the release in her face, and I just like, oh. And then afterwards, after it was done, I said, you really peed on yourself.
You like called her out.
No way, gross. Jenna's got one of those.
No, I'm just kidding.
Look at Cullen. Cullen's, so for those of y'all just listening, Cullen has ninja'd his way over our new little set to check on our cameras. If I were you, I'd just go ahead and turn them off and turn them back on. For anybody that's been watching these podcasts and or listening, but watching also or whatever, on YouTube, we have always had trouble with our cameras. We always run out of time. Yeah, we're getting it together though. We're trying to figure it out. We got like alarms that go off. Okay, so folks, now this is what I brought you here for. Lay it on me. Give me your best don't tell mom story.
Man.
And wait, and tell me, does she know this now? Is this something
one that she already knows?
Yeah, it could be something she already knows, but I want to hear.
My mother literally knows like 0.
Zero?
She
Oh.
thinks she knows a lot.
Oh.
She started catching me. She caught me sneaking out when I was maybe a senior. She says it was junior year, which might have been.
Just like you thought.
Like
I think your mom would remember.
Oh, she knows.
The end of junior year, like beginning of senior year, but I'd been sneaking out forever.
He said she thinks she.
You've been sneaking out your whole life.
Yeah,
you can walk.
I was so comfortable at it, I didn't even care anymore. I'm like, whatever, let's go.
Then you get cocky, you get caught.
He used to like say stories all the time, like, "Oh yeah, like I used to like turn off the exhaust or whatever to cruise down." She's like, "Yeah, I knew about that." Like she knew about everything.
Did
like,
she?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I was.
Now what you did when you were
everybody
out,
thinks they
not.
were clever. I was the cleverest.
Okay. Doggy door.
So
Doggy door.
That's my theory. That's my motto.
she says doggy door.
Yeah.
Like she.
I used to
climbed
sneak out the
a
doggy door.
That
is
Wait,
genius.
who did? You?
I did.
Oh, you can
That's a
fit.
good
I was going to
idea.
say he didn't
I
fit
couldn't fit.
through no damn doggy door.
barely 50 regular
It would
doors.
take like 15 minutes to get them through. It was like, you keep coming. Like, how long are you? Like,
We my parents' house, their street is long and straight, and it goes kind of up.
Yeah.
So I would it got to the point where I would like round this turn in my neighborhood at like 60, And then I
Okay,
put
that's safe.
right.
This is more like don't
Just to
tell
get
Dalton.
the
Right?
cruise speed. I get
the
you.
momentum.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I put it in neutral, and then I turn the car off.
I remember we
Wait,
used to ghost it all the time.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Their
ghosted.
Their house at the very top of the street, and then you turn in with no power steering, and no power
So did you
brakes.
ever get stuck though, where you were just like, damn it, no? Like,
Yeah, then you
it
gotta
starts going
crank it up.
Remember
No,
the
no,
old-
you don't. You just gotta roll all the way back down and crank it.
That's right. Yeah, let's try
I was
again.
about to say, remember at the old house, just a little pop in neutral, a little toe tap on the concrete, and you get that little downward hill,
Yeah.
backing out of that driveway.
Yeah.
You just get over that little hill, you're good to just back on down, and then, away from the house.
Yeah, that was the neighbors.
And I'll get to where I could just crank and go at the same time.
Oh, yeah, you do it like while you're going down the hill.
Door still
Oh, God,
open.
it was scary.
Yeah, you didn't even slow down. Oh my gosh! So what happened? So you got
Did
busted
you ever get caught?
Me, I got
Yeah.
caught in the end. I
in
didn't
the
care,
end? Yeah, when you didn't care, you were too old.
I came in. I forgot what I was doing. Either drinking or hanging out with girls. Probably both.
Something bad.
Probably both.
He acts
was
like
usually-
he was cool. He
it
was
was
in the
usually-
chess team.
Hey, chess girls are wild. it was usually a combination of the two.
Yeah, where there's one, there's another. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And no, I forgot what I was doing. I think I was maybe hanging out with Farrell. Probably. There was a lot of nights where I went and picked him up and
Pretty much
Joyriding.
right, and I doubt his parents know anything.
Really?
Yeah, he was
He's
the
an angel.
problem.
Oh, yeah.
He was always the
He's still like an
instigator,
angel in their eyes. Yeah.
right?
Really?
But
Don't
I don't know, I
use his
was-
last name.
Yeah, we're in the South.
Right? You don't want to out
Patrick
him.
Farrell,
www.patrickfarrell.com. Send all emails
born
to.
August
What is, like,
19th,
why do you do that in the
1987.
We go by middle name, really. Like, I mean, as far as
Yeah,
I know what you mean, as far as
Like,
like,
a nickname you always went by like your last.
yeah, like in PE.
Yeah,
in
I mean,
recess.
everybody, yeah.
yeah.
A
and
lot of
I
they-
think
people
it
do
was
that.
from like PE.
No one could say
Yeah.
our last name.
and
so.
I think it was because coaches, like football
B,
coaches,
come here.
Yeah.
football coaches would coach, or like driver's ed
Yeah.
teachers
Yeah.
were
They
like
just
football
call you
coaches, and
out.
so they just call you by your last name.
Yeah.
But I think like going by your middle. Is it Dalton? What's his
Fisher is his middle.
So,
So Dalton Fisher.
so he goes by
so
his
he goes by first.
first.
Yeah. Okay.
He goes by Dalton. Yeah, he's Patrick Swayze.
I want you to tell everybody what you nicknamed your son.
Oh my god.
Anything goes.
Toots
Anything
Magoo
goes.
or what?
Triple D.
His nickname. Well, he was Triple D.
Okay, no, but first,
It's not
can you guess?
Debbie Does Dallas.
Can you guess what Triple D is?
Triple D.
Colin's got all kinds of.
Yeah, no. That's his nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just tell him.
Deadly
He's not gonna-
doo doo.
Doo Dalton.
That backfired on you.
It was Donkey Dick Dalton.
That's my boy.
Yes, yeah.
Because it all started
Well,
from like the ultrasound. So like we
the
get
ladies were like, "Oh my god!"
He's so well.
they're like, oh, that's a hand. No, that is not a hand. So,
No, they thought it was a foot.
oh, they did think it was a foot. Yeah, they
A
did.
foot. Man,
Yeah, I told him.
It flops over.
Their son is so good. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that boy cry, but I told him, I said, this will be Sophia's boyfriend, when Sophia
yeah,
comes, because
yeah.
he's only about a year and a half, 2 years older. That's perfect,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
He'll have a
Oh,
car.
yeah.
It'll be great. So so I tell him that, and he says, well, I don't know if you'll want that with old Triple D. And I'm like,
He'll triple D.
don't
And
wish
then-
that upon your daughter.
yeah, right. Then the rest of the night, the rest of the night, he got me to call him my own damn dog, TP.
Oh my gosh.
Thyroid problem.
Thyroid problem.
Oh,
He's not
gosh.
fat. He's got a thyroid problem.
Just big bone.
So anyway, but so that's it. That's all you got then, Andrew. Was you just snuck out one time? The rest of your whole life is just
I even
angel.
got caught sneaking back in the night before our wedding.
Well, he did tell us. He did tell us another one. He fell asleep on the front yard.
Yeah, but that was 2 nights ago.
I know. Just,
I got tons.
It gets better with
tons
age.
of stories. The issue was I was so good at sneaking out. That
Yeah.
it was
So you were like
it was
professional.
on the reg.
It's like, why even
Yeah.
talk about
On
it?
the reg.
I know, we
Yeah.
did too. We just walked right out the front door.
I do remember that. I heard that story where they taped like jingle bells to you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty good. I'm like, that's impressive.
Dad had to get creative.
I mean,
Did you make the copy of the car key? Like,
Yeah.
did you ever have that? And then we had the little hiding spot. Like
you just went to Walmart because they were open 24 hours. You just go to Walmart and make a copy.
You
of the
stole the car. You snuck out.
Yeah,
and
you had to
snuck
steal
out in
the
the car.
keys to steal the
you
car.
snuck out with the car and the key. You went to Walmart on your joyride.
Yeah,
You made a
with
copy
your-
of the key.
I had my own.
Saved up
had my own car.
$1.25.
Like I never stole the car when I was young. We would always ride off on bikes, or Farrell would pick me up because he was what 8 months older than me.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I never actually stole a car. I had my own car since I was 16.
Okay.
No, I was just so good at it.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
like
I think
you,
they I think the only way they probably caught me is they woke up one night and like was probably had to check something and like, where's Andrew at?
right.
Because
Yeah.
I always used to sneak out during storms.
Yeah.
Oh, here you going and coming.
Yeah.
Wait till like a thunderstorm comes. Like,
the worst possible
And
times.
the best thing is I would already be gone before they were even asleep. Way before.
yeah.
Nobody-
Yeah,
nobody
They're
would
so chill though. Like,
nobody
they
would
don't,
understand.
I don't think
like,
they ever even cared really. They, were
Right,
just
they
like,
probably
"We
knew
got
the whole
boys."
time.
who's got
but,
the balls to sneak out while I'm still awake?
I do.
While I'm still awake.
Right?
Oh, he's going to bed. He'll be good.
Yeah, I've done that.
Like, they took my
I've done
door
that
off.
like a couple times, but now I usually wait. We've even discussed like drugging our mother, so she would go to bed. He puts
Drink
a
this
NyQuil in her.
sleepy
and
time
drink.
tea.
No, they came to the point where they would try to stop me. I just kept sneaking out. Just didn't
Yeah.
care.
What did they do to try to stop
Took
you?
my door off.
Oh yeah,
The whole door hinge
door
trick.
thing. Yeah.
But he was just
Stop
that
me.
kid that was like, I don't
made
care,
it
I'm leaving
easier.
anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
You just made it
Like,
easier for me to get.
You just cleared my path.
My squeaky door off.
yeah, it was because for the most part,
I can throw this WD-40 away.
What are you gonna do when Dalton sneaks out?
There's too many
How are we
cameras
gonna handle it?
nowadays.
Yeah, we have cameras in the house.
That's
Yeah.
the thing, though.
I'm gonna
Like,
tell them. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna turn all the
and then
cameras
even
off
if it turns
at
off, it like notifies
10:30.
it. Yeah.
Go.
Like, lock it.
now's your chance. You're free.
No.
Yeah.
Oh God, no! Don't listen to your mother.
Yeah, talking loud over breakfast, like, well, it seems like the batteries are all dead and all the cameras.
All
night.
Entrapment. This is wrong.
I don't know though. There's still there's counter apps to the camera. You know, there's like different.
Oh yeah, they can.
Like,
They're
Well,
gonna hack
not
in.
the cameras necessarily, but like for any like Google Map app, I don't know. There's always going to be something kind of like we were just talking
Location
about.
services off.
Right,
You know
like
what
all
I
that
mean?
kind
Like,
of stuff is so much easier to like keep track of your kid. But
yeah.
there's going to be stuff that comes out to where the kids can get
Well,
around.
yeah, because
it.
then they
Yeah.
download they download the app at like Jam.
There's no more like
Yeah,
calling,
right?
like having your friend's mom that's cooler than your mom call and be like, yeah, so and so spending the night. All right, girls, y'all go party.
Yeah.
There's no more of that.
I feel
Like,
I feel like we'll have to be on top of it more just if we're still in Vegas.
Yeah.
'Cause you sneak out in Vegas.
And you're in
yeah.
Vegas.
Then you're
Yeah.
married.
Then anything could happen.
to a stripper.
Because you know that, like, oh, I didn't even think about that. So
Yeah.
y'all are like down the road
Yeah.
from the strip or whatever, y'all, but it's not that far.
Well,
like, if they're
like, yeah.
sneaking out. If I was
Oh,
a
yeah.
16-year-old, oh my God, Cullen, can you imagine what we would have done if we lived
Vegas.
15 minutes from the strip in Vegas when we were kids? Like,
Oh,
I'd
man.
probably have a show.
you know what? Have a show. Stop for tea. No, I mean, like, what? I'd be terrified.
Yeah.
Are y'all really staying there? Are you going to stay there in the teenage years, you think? Or
I don't know. I mean, I think probably like 5 years from now we'll know 100% if we'll stay there or not. But I think like growing up there, because we know friends that are tried and true locals there.
Yeah.
And they say growing up there, you don't. It's not as
It's not a
appealing
thing.
to go, yeah. Because
Right.
it's like they're like it's like the tourist bubble. Like so they stay
It's
in
like
their bubble, you stay in our bubble.
Living at
Right.
the beach.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you just get sick of it after
Yeah.
a certain while, or not sick of it, used to it. Or,
right, yeah, you
accustomed
don't
to it.
go all the time. Like I asked you the other day, how often do you go? Like never.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Just when people come in.
Well, like even when people come in, he's like, they're like, yeah, we want to go to the strip. He's like, all right, have fun. I'm like,
yeah,
come on,
bye.
like really, we gotta hang
Good
out
time
with
with
our
you when you
friends.
come back.
We had friends come to the beach one time, and they like did stuff that was literally 15 minutes away from our beach house, like all this rental stuff that you could go do and have fun. That we've been going for
Paragliding.
years, and we had no idea about it because we were just so used to it. Like it was all
Yeah.
around us, but we didn't look at it that way.
Right, you
Yeah.
didn't know all the cool things right under your
Yeah.
feet. Yeah. All right. Well, Jenna, what you got? Because she's
would
the
be
girl
a
that
little more-
Which I told
peed on
the
the
pee
roof.
story. My kind of girls.
We became best friends.
I met Jenna. I actually met Andrew first through a friend, and then I said, let me meet, Jenna had come out or whatever. I wanted to meet your girlfriend, and I met Jenna. And at the time, I think our other friend was dating somebody else I didn't like.
It was Matt,
and I was like, "Why can't you date somebody like Jenna? Jenna's awesome." You know what I mean? And we were just kind of
we were best friends ever since. Yeah, it was the blonde girl.
Yeah, which that doesn't narrow it down at all.
Damn blonde girls.
Sorry, Matt.
But when
Dumb
you just
hookers.
click with somebody or you don't, and we've been friends ever since. I love it. But we are both kind of party girls. Just a little bit. So I know you've done something, and your mom. I know your mom. I mean,
She thinks she thinks she's
listen.
caught me like on everything. She's like, I caught you in everything you got. And I'm like, nah. That was like like the iceberg. We see like a little bit. And I'm like, no, you haven't seen all of it.
Yeah, right. So that little,
those are good moments. No, she so when I first started sneaking out, I don't know, I started hanging out with probably like the wrong crowd or whatever. Just like
Right.
not like bad crowd, just like wrong crowd.
You jump from crowd to crowd.
Yeah, it was like in
yeah.
high school, you kind of like pop around. You want to be a rebel for a little bit or whatever. I think I was probably like 15 when I first got out, so I wasn't even
Started hanging
driving.
out with Andrew's crowd.
No, I told him, I said, if I would have met you in high school, we probably wouldn't be together.
I used to throw some crazy parties.
No.
Yeah.
She was actually supposed to come to one of the New Year's parties that I threw.
Oh yeah.
Because,
This is before y'all. This is while y'all were in high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was at a factory. I'm not going to say what.
But did y'all know each other?
What type of factory?
You just figured out later on that you were supposed to be at that party. And that was your party, that kind of thing.
Well,
Okay.
because our friends crossed paths the whole time. He knew my friends, I knew his friends. It was weird how we never truly met.
That's crazy.
But when I first started sneaking out, I would just legit go. I mean, the creaks and your steps. So I was on the third story, so I had to make it all the way down to the basement normally to leave because I can't walk out the front door.
Yeah.
So I would have to go all the way down to the basement. So you had to know I would study the creaks and the step to be okay, I got to step on this one. This one. I studied it. I rehearsed it. So I started sneaking out, doing a good job at it. My mom never had the beep beep system or anything like that. So then I got caught probably I don't know 8 times into it or something.
We did.
No,
We had the beep beep system.
Yeah, they had the beep beep. Yeah.
Oh God.
And but so when I got caught with that, so then she turned on. We got caught off roading or something. It wasn't bad, but we were on private property, so that was the bad part. But,
No, wait, did you get caught because you got busted?
Yeah.
Somebody's yard.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, we were
no.
there. Yeah, so the cops the cops get us and they're like, you're on private property. We're playing dumb. And they're like, well, we gotta call your parents. I'm like, I'll go with you. Do we have to?
Do not call my parents.
I used to text my brother if we ever got pulled over or something or for a trust.
That's how we were.
Yeah.
And I would be like, all right, they're gonna call, but I'm gonna get them to call your number and you're gonna act like Dad. And he'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
And he would answer and he'd be like, Dad. I'd be like,
Oh my
really, dude?
gosh.
He would tattle me all the time.
Oh,
Her
asshole.
brother does now have a badge.
You should have known better than to trust him. With your secret.
There was one time you bailed me out. I got pulled over or I got taken in, and they were like, "We got to take your car." And I was like, "No, whoa. That's okay. That's
Yeah, 'cause
mom and
that's a
dad.
whole other level
Mom and dad
right
are
there.
going to find out if they take my car. If they just do this to me, it's just me. What they don't know
his car
won't hurt
and
them."
bailed him out of jail.
And so Brittany I was like, "Hey,
To the rescue.
I got one call. Instead of calling my mom and my savior, I'm calling my sister."
I feel like the sisters always help out, and then when it comes to be like, hey, you gotta help me out now, and they're like, nah.
The time he's talking about, I think the time he's talking about is that I didn't know how to drive a stick shift, and so I put my own life in danger by going because I would already been, I wasn't doing something I was supposed to do, so I was at church when he called, I was out partying with my friends, and I was like, okay, we got to get it together, sober up, we got to go pick up the car, right? So
The car, it was a Jaguar.
yeah, it was the green.
It was a green Ford Escort wagon, and I
Stick shift.
had black lights. I had black lights installed. And I had black lights installed in the back
And then
windows.
he had a turtle on his. He exchanged the stick shift for this little 8-ball or a turtle.
Yeah, it was an 8-ball at one point. And then I got my tongue pierced first. But
That's how that goes with the thing to match.
and then, but no, when I say black lights installed, I meant like double over duct tape and then stuck on with battery operated.
That's what he means.
Any turn I took, they were
They
falling
start
off.
flickering.
Yeah.
Battery's going out.
Spencer's.
We thought we were cool though, but yeah, I
you
went
had to
and
go pick that up.
I rescued you, and the cops just sitting there looking at me drive away, skirt, into the night, and I'm like, please God, let us get out of here before he can make it back to his cruiser,
I had to like. I was like, just get around the turn, just get to the light and turn, get out of sight.
And then when you hit it and you catch it after not being able to catch it,
Yeah.
and then you just go flying off. That's what I did. I flew off. Into the
I got
night.
that other call later on. I was like, God, please. And she's like, yeah, got it home. No worries. Da-da-da-da. And then I found out later that you had a struggle.
yeah. Well, then I think I had to come bail you out too, or whatever. I mean, it's just crazy that we were able to get one over on our mom. So
we
many
were
times
always paying friends back for money. Like
helping us, like please.
Everybody.
Yeah, but we got away with it. She never knew you were ever locked up. Her baby boy, her golden boy,
Hey, Mom.
the pride.
I think she does. No, I think that was with the fake ID thing. I got busted.
Yeah.
They took me
You
in.
know,
Something like that.
luckily, knock on wood, have never even been in handcuffs.
Oh,
wow.
I've always been too elusive.
Yeah,
Too
too
Hey, I'll be the first ones to take off into the woods.
Every man for himself.
On my feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cops see him
gone.
running. They're like, we can't catch that thing. It's like Bigfoot, Sasquatch running through. You're just like, no.
long and lanky. That's crazy. You never.
And he's
Never
ballsy too. He
never been in
marries a cop's
handcuffs.
sister.
Yeah.
It's like, I
funny.
accept that challenge.
Like when I got in.
I'm banging your
the-
sister. Sorry, I had to say it.
Any cop would have. I guess any cop the other night could have probably taken me in for public intoxication.
Yeah, in the front yard. Yeah, I mean we are
Like
right
if we
there.
walked out and Andrew's
Literally,
gone because he got arrested.
Right.
Well, just say you just that's when you just. I was just playing a prank, bro.
Yeah, right. You gotta tighten
I
up.
was just playing hide,
You didn't see that deflated Santa down the street? I was trying to play like him.
playing hide and seek. Yeah.
Cullen, I'm sure you've probably used a few times that you were that you're a YouTuber. You know, I'm just doing this because of this.
Oh yeah, no, that gets me by on a lot of it not only gets me.
It's a stunt. It's a stunt, bro. It's a stunt.
Yeah,
for,
not
for
only gets
film.
me by, but it also like lets me know how much I can
get by
get
with.
by with.
Yeah.
Because a lot of stores are real particular, but like
Who was it that did something crazy like something just outlandish? It had like a big float thing going down the river in the middle of a city or something.
think
Like
he has
YouTubers can
since-
get away with all kinds of shit.
I think he's since been arrested again. Like
You know those huge like floats that you have that with the what is it like
unicorns
flamingo or
yeah, but it's like
Yeah.
it fits a bunch of people. It's like a humongous float
yeah.
that's been
it's like
popular
a
lately.
50
He like
footer.
goes down one of those in the middle of like this river in Chicago or something.
No, it was LA.
LA. It was somewhere in
Yeah.
the middle of the city, just woo, and then he's like, no one does anything because he's a YouTuber. He was doing it for.
Well, they had
for
like
his vlog.
helicopters and
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff like
Yeah,
following
they were
him.
trying to like get him to like, come out. Of
It was
the
one of
river,
those
and
like,
he's
Pull over. Where?
it was
can't pull over any
he had
further.
like one of those gondola or whatever you call those big long like
yeah,
a two by
don't
a
Pull
two
over
by
any
four.
farther, man.
It was literally only like 3 foot deep, but he was in the current.
Yeah.
And these
can
cops were like
actually
trying,
stand
and it
up.
like was one of those things that like went down, one of those drainage.
Oh, like a wash.
Yeah.
You're
And he was
not
like,
supposed to be in there.
no, it was kind of gross.
Like
Yeah,
for
you know,
flash floods.
yeah. I don't know if you're
Probably
supposed to
like-
be in
You're
there.
probably gonna get an STD swimming in there.
Hey, this is why I want to be a YouTuber so bad though, is so I can just get away with anything I want. I just do anything I want. Ah.
It is, it's crazy what you can like once you let the people know what you're doing. Like the other day, I had to take a picture for Staples, and I was like, "What can I do? I really wish I had brought this, and this." And I was like, "I'm at a freaking store that has this, and this." Like I'm not gonna. And so I got over it. I was just like, "Hey, just
Let me just borrow this real quick.
I was like,
on the
look,
shelf.
this is what I'm doing. Here's what I'm here for. And once you explain what you're there for, instead of them like walking up on you being, oh, look at these stupid teenager mischievous kids.
Yeah.
Once you tell them what you're doing, like they just like they want to help you even more. So she she gave me a box and wrapped it with like Staples tape.
She's
and
like, oh, this will be perfect for this. Let's put this over here. Wait, let me get the set clean. Like people are like into it, and I love it. I was actually we got new headphones. Everyone who can see us, we have new headphones. Yeah. So I stopped actually and picked them up today, and we were I was at Best Buy to go pick them up because that's what I thought Colin had sent me. And he said, and I get there and I'm going, I need, this order. I'm giving them the name and I'm giving them Colin's name and my name. And I'm saying, okay, they can't find it. And then the girl goes, well, I know who you are. She didn't even ask for my ID. I know who you are. I love Colin. I watch the vlogs. And, she was like, I thought that was you. But and then I said, I'm here to pick it up for Cullen. She was like, I knew it was you, like talking about me as her sister. It was crazy, but went from there and Guitar Center and picked him up or whatever. But it's just crazy that people know you because you've been running around Hoover and these streets.
You were on the phone the other day
like
at Target and somebody was like,
somebody passed by me and was like, hey, you're Brittany. I love y'all's vlogs. And I said, I'm on the phone with Cullen. She was like, I love Cullen. It's like your neighborhood vlogger.
Yeah, it's funny. It's crazy.
Get away with murder.
It's the Target bowling and stuff like that's. I would just tell the security guard what I'm doing.
Yeah, if y'all haven't seen Colin's Target bowling, there's some impressive ones. I found myself going through them the other day. Like, how did you do that? That was so good.
With a baby.
With a baby too. Now that you got two.
On the way too. Like all that. Like Katie was about to kill me.
You're like, I don't know how I did it either.
That was at the old house too. Our garage looked like a daggum arts and crafts shit show.
Yeah, well, look at this one.
I had to say, there's a bouncy house, there's streamers, there's
a giant dinosaur in the corner. That's my favorite.
There's like 4 propane torches over there.
We don't even know what that's for.
No, that was for the 1,000 degree knife challenge. Don't worry, it's a YouTube
Don't worry about that. All right, well, we're about to wrap it up, but before we go, I did want to ask, what is the one thing that you really hope, like, I guess this is for Jenna, what do you really hope that Dalton tells you? You know what I mean? Like, what's your advice to your son, I guess?
Like what he told
like
me?
birds and the bees, or like I want to drink when I want to drink. Or
what do you hope that he never does that you did to your mom? What was one of the don't tell moms that you're like, please don't do this to me because it was really dumb?
I would say don't go through a doggy door, but he actually already did that.
No, he's already learning your ways.
I was like, no, yeah. So I'm installing. Quick story. I'm installing a new doggy door because I decided we were getting a 4th dog. So because we're those people.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. We love the dogs.
So I'm installing this doggy door for like this new dog room for them. And I'm like, Dalton's going through it, and I think it's so hilarious. I'm like taking a video of it. I send it to my mom, and she goes like mother like son. Like already learning. She goes, if he's already learning now, you're totally screwed. I'm like, yeah,
so screwed.
I'm like, oh, this is really cute. No, please don't do that.
That's funny that a picture of your son crawling through a doggy door is so relatable. Like,
me too.
I need I need a picture of me going through one. I don't know if I can do that. I might break a hip now. I'll call Andrew from work, but dude, you gotta come home. I'm stuck in the doggy door. You're stuck. No, I mean, I don't know. I think most part, I think. I don't know. I don't want him to ever not be scared to come to me about stuff.
Yeah.
I think there was at times where and it was never like something my mom did. It was just kind of like how we grew up. Like you were always terrified to tell your mom anything. And it's like I want to be that mom where he comes to me and he's like, hey man, I effed up, but this is what I did. I want him to be honest with me.
Be honest, yeah. That's my thing too. I don't want to ever be lied to.
That's the hardest part between is drawing that line of best friend and dad,
right, yeah.
or mom, and finding that especially when I was doing the diving coach thing. It was at what point am I coach Cullen versus let's have fun and make splashes off the diving board.
Right,
Cullen,
yeah. You gotta find your way, yeah.
That's gonna be interesting. It would been with technology and everything else involved.
What's yours? What's something that you hope he never does that you did?
No, if you break it, just tell me.
It'll be better on your rear end.
Right, I don't want to try to go to use something.
I hate that. Yes,
and it's broken.
Hey,
or if you take it,
you ain't gotta tell me how you
put it back.
Don't ever pour water.
Not even break it. If you move it, just put it back.
Don't pour water in my vodka. That's the best one. Don't let you dare.
That is the worst thing. We used to do that to my parents. We did it to my friends' parents all the time, and they would get so pissed. They would go during a Bama game. He's going to make his Red Bull and vodka, and he'd be like, Aunt Hannah, like screaming at us. And we're like, run. Like,
Run, he can taste it.
He was like, I'd rather you just take the bottle. Like, just take the whole thing.
The whole thing.
You ain't got to tell me
Ruined
the truth as far as how you broke it. Just tell me that you broke it.
Yeah.
We'll try to use
I don't need to know like the nitty gritty story. Like I hope, like I'm like, be honest, but not too honest with me. Like I don't want to know like a lot of stuff. Like,
No, I was fooling around with the neighbor girl.
You ever used a broken toilet before? It's the worst.
For everybody.
And a couch. If you sit on a couch and break it.
I did get a text the next morning, and Andrew goes, "Sorry about your couch." It's like it's okay, man. It's all right.
Like one of the few things I remember from that night. Later on in that night, is like the look on everybody's face when I sat down. Oh man!
I mean, should I not be here?
Like a dungeon.
I gotta get out of here. Get out! They were judging me.
There was like that. There was like that moment where you saw Andrew's face going, "Should I pretend like I didn't hear that?" And did everybody hear that? And then he realized everybody heard that. Was like, I gotta go. And he went outside.
Just act like it didn't happen.
He went outside and passed out in the yard.
I remember I was like,
That was his time out.
Yeah, it was.
Go outside.
I love it. Y'all are
hilarious.
hilarious. We've had such a good time since you've been home. I hate to see you go. I wish I could convince you to move back home and help me take care of this baby since y'all have got experience now. I need all my friends to come home.
Trial and error.
But y'all are awesome. Thank you for coming on the podcast today. It's been so good having people in here. We're gonna try to do more guests. And I know me and Cullen talked about it with y'all a couple podcasts ago, I guess, that we're gonna try to do either guests or on location and stuff like that every month.
Yeah.
So we'll have like more of a schedule and
you do on location in Vegas.
on location in Vegas would be that'd give us a year's worth of podcasts.
Yeah.
Tell you about.
We'll be like, it's happening right now. Just record people, in
Then we can
action.
tell you about Jenna's aqueduce.
Oh, I almost brought that up, but I was like, that's too embarrassing. We already embarrassed her with the pee story,
You
the
already got me
aqueduce.
crying on the way home.
Yeah, we belittled his man.
I fell asleep on the yard, crying on the way home.
And then, like mother, like son. My son did aqueduce for the first time.
Oh my god!
I sent like a picture. Of course, before I clean it up or take him out, I take a picture of it, obviously. So I'm like taking a picture, and he's like sitting there, I'm like, did you just take a shit in the tub? And he's like,
Yeah.
not it. I sent a picture to Andrew, and he's like mother, like son. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, but here's the thing: with all your like mother, like son stories, you were a grown woman when you did your when you shit in the water. You were an adult.
Oh yeah.
When you went to the doggy door, you were a teen. You know,
right?
This
We are
is
all-
a child. He's a year-old. Leave
And
this child alone.
she had her own
can't
Brittany
even
there.
walk
Like,
yet.
I won't say anything, I promise. Guess what?
Listen, look.
We had like a
everybody look at her.
discussion on the way here. I'm like, this is what you're not going to talk about.
No matter what, do not bring up the awkwardness.
All it does is like remind him to talk about it. Like, I'm like,
That just shows you that there's so much more out there that we can
there's
get
so
out of
much
people
more.
if we had more time.
We need to hook up. We need to hook up the
need a
Skype and get you guys on every month.
Don't forget to get your Don't Tell Mom merch real
Yes.
quick. We need to get like
Christmas
merch
is
for all our
coming.
guests so that come just to throw out merch.
Oh, I
you
know. And Dalton,
Christmas
we have
is coming.
Yeah, it's in the laundry right
Yeah.
now. I mean, it's
registered.
literally in the laundry. Like I wanted to bring it, but Dalton, we have these little cute little onesies that say "Don't Tell Mom" on it that are so cute. So Christmas presents.
Little shirts. Get you some.
Yeah, check us out on www.thedon'ttellmompodcast.com. And then you can go from there to anywhere you want. You can do the merch, you can do the YouTube, you can do the pods, whatever.
Give this some thumbs and some favorites and all that jazz.
Yeah,
And,
applause us. We love the
comment
applause.
it helps us out. It bumps us up there in the search and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So we can not tell Mom more stories.
Moo-ha-ha. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been awesome. Thank you guys for coming on the podcast, and we will see you guys next week for 2 Times Tuesday.
Don't tell Mom.
Peace.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Bam. Bye.